Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us again today. Today, I have Jason Kay from eXp Realty joining us. And I came across Jason and have just been super impressed with him and everything he has achieved and accomplished. And he's only been in real estate, truthfully, just a few years longer than myself. Definitely gives me something to aspire and push towards myself and just that next step of where I want to go in real estate. So, today, I'm going to have Jason share with us eXp's model and who he is as a broker. And we're just going to chat through some different things on what eXp has to offer. At the end, I'll have Jason share his contact information. And of course, if you ever have questions, you're welcome to reach out to myself and I can make the introduction and connection that way as well. So, Jason, from here, I'm going to hand everything over to you and let you take it from here.
Great. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it, Beth. Just real fast, my background. I spent 18 years in R&D in engineering, which makes an excellent background for real estate. House hacked, or now it's called a house hack, my first home when I was 23. And then sold that, bought a home further down for another job, sold that, actually FISBO'd that after renting it. And that's the sum total of my real estate experience before I really got into it. As an engineer, the company I worked at, Bell Labs, they paid me to go get my master's. I got 35 patents. So that's the background. If you fast forward 35 of my last 37 buyer sides, I've taken a client out once. The reason why I bring that up is that 96 point whatever percent success ratio, that actually was the impetus for me teaching at eXp. And I've been doing that for 4 years. I got certified as a coach to help out people on our team. I saw all these people I knew write a book. I'm like, it can't be that hard. I'm already teaching a class. So I wrote a book, published it basically on how to get the buyer agency agreement signed. So all sorts of fun stuff in very short amount of time. And because of all that, I'm now speaking at our national conference next month, or I should say in 2 weeks, which I'm really excited about. So that's my background. That's the short version, the Cliff Notes.
So, Jason, we are definitely curious about eXp's model. There's lots of
Yeah.
discussion out there, why or why not eXp. And that's one of the reasons why I reached out to you. I'm certainly interested in what eXp has to offer and how it can help agents, not only like myself that we're established agents and I have referral business,
Mhm.
but even brand new agents and what that looks like for newer agents coming into the business and how they want to move forward.
Great questions. Usually when I'm talking to someone about EXP, I start asking questions because honestly, I could talk for an hour straight and still not get through everything. So I typically ask, where is somebody in their business? What are they running into? What's going great? And what do they want to improve? So after that, obviously I can't do that on a recording because, there's no interaction. But just from where you are, it's very easy. Or the question you asked, for beginner agents, there's a couple of things that really have helped, which really bolstered our numbers and show it's helped. The first one is if you've never sold real estate or have sold less than 3 properties, there's something called the mentor program. So you get paired with an experienced agent who's gone through training on how to help you, and they're local to your specific area. So for me in Boulder, I wouldn't get paired with an agent in Denver, even though it's only a half hour away, because it's different MLS, it's a different market, and there are subtleties as you move around in the state. I noticed that when I was an agent in New Jersey. Some of the biggest things are South Jersey didn't use attorneys, whereas North Jersey did. So here you are, the same state, vastly different way real estate's actually done. And it's not quite that different going from Boulder to Denver, but there's still differences. So that's why they do that. But the other thing that is out there, there's a new program called Fast Cap. And for agents who don't know what a cap is, that means there's a maximum amount you'd spend on your split before you go to 100%. So the whole point is, how do you get to your cap fast? And this is a 6-week intensive course 3 sessions a week with lots of homework because you're not going to get better just sitting and listening. You actually have to do. So they teach you and start building skills on how do you get to that level where you're selling quickly between 2.8 and $3.2 million worth of real estate. In some areas like Vail or Aspen, yeah, you could do it with a single sale, or even parts of Denver and Boulder. Other areas where you're looking at average sales price of 300 or 500, that's quite a few sales. So that program is specifically designed to help you get there. And when they had me speak on that, they went, okay, what we're trying to do is they have the basic skills. What's the next level and how do you pull it together? Because for a lot of new agents, and I've been teaching CE classes for a while on getting the buyer agency agreement signed, they're like, I'm 3 steps behind. How do I start? What do I need to do? Okay. So that's the kind of knowledge that gets out there. And I've been at other brokerages, and usually when you're presenting in person or even in your actual brokerage, a lot of people look at the other brokers as competition. So there's something missing in the presentation, whether it's conscious or subconscious. If you try to implement it, you're like, okay, I've got all my ingredients here, I'm following the recipe, and this isn't the cake that I had that they showed before. And you have no idea what it is. And you call them up and you go, what'd you do? Oh, yeah, that's everything. At eXp, because it's a national brokerage and it's a virtual brokerage, I don't teach in my office. Even at my state level, it's okay, how many brokers are actually in Boulder that I'm going to be competing with? Even if they're in Boulder, probably none because there's 100,000 plus people in Boulder. I'm not likely to go up against another eXp agent. We have 87,000 people in the brokerage right now. The chance of me going up against another broker is very slim because that's across 25 countries now. So when people teach and we're encouraged to teach and tell people what our superpowers are and how we got them, because as I said in the beginning, the whole point, everything I did in real estate coming from engineering, I learned. My first client, I took them out 127 times over 9 months. The inventory changed over twice. I didn't want to repeat that. So I quickly learned, what do I need? I found some amazing classes because as an engineer, you don't really know how to communicate or sell anything. I took this class called NLP, or the basis is NLP, or neuro linguistic programming. Without going too far down the rabbit hole, that changed my life. That's really where I began that whole one and done thing. And I don't teach NLP per se, but I teach how you use it and how it integrates into sales and what it looks like. And people are like, oh, I'm like, well, if you want the skill, you need to go learn the skill. I can't teach that to you this quickly. Okay. Get a book, learn online. There's a bunch of classes out there. So that's one of the big differences. For more advanced brokers, either in luxury, we have an amazing luxury division that really takes it up to the next level. For instance, again, picking on my favorite mountain tents because I'm up there all the time playing. If you look at the demographics of where people are buying in Vail and where they're from, you have Texas, you have California, you also have Mexico City. What the luxury group does is they go, okay, where is your target audience coming from? Let me go advertise in those luxury publications in the local language in those areas. And it's not something where the agent has to go, oh, I have to learn Spanish to do that. No, they actually have fluent translators do it for you. So you don't faux pas a word where I know in Spanish, if you're speaking Mexican versus in Spain, Castilian, two different words. It's Quebec and Paris. Watching those people try to communicate, it's actually quite amusing because the words are very different, but that's taken care of. We have a whole bunch of different suite of tools, which I'm actually going to show a little video that will get into it on how to do it. But the culture is really the biggest difference. And people always say, we have great culture. The difference here that I've seen goes back to that whole teaching piece. People are willing to share and at a very deep level. And if you find a buddy who is either in Colorado Springs or maybe in New York or in LA, and we have all the above. It's okay, let's to get together and try to help each other get further on whatever it is. Either get that last listing, get that extra buyer under contract, or maybe it's something else in the business. Maybe it's business planning because that's the season we're in. So that's the type of thing that's really what I found different from the different brokerages that both my wife and I have been in, including when she started. Bit long-winded, I apologize.
It's okay. No, I think it's really important to discuss like the collaboration that is lacking. I think there's so much competition in our industry, and the collaboration is a huge piece. And that's one of the reasons why agents that I coach and I bring them together to collaborate together. I'm like, this is not your competition. These are your teammates. These are the people that we come together and we talk about things. And I have always been, I think I shared this with you, Jason, been very impressed with EXP's model and some very heavy power hitters that are EXP agents. I've been very impressed with that and what you guys provide and happily share with people. So I appreciate you sharing the information there because I really do believe that your experience and your knowledge, sharing that with other people then makes other agents that are even more experienced and more knowledgeable than yourself comfortable sharing with you. And so it's a great collaboration to come together. I am interested to just have you share more about your EXP and their model. So if you want to go ahead and start, that would be great.
I will definitely do that. So let me go, and it's on my upper screen. So if you see me keep looking up off the camera, that's why. So let me share this guy, which is all queued up and ready to go. And I am going to ask to make sure that the audio is actually working. So hold on. Can you hear it?
Welcome to eXp Realty. This is an overview
Yes, I can hear it.
Okay, perfect. Love that.
of one of the most innovative real estate brokerage models today. A global community designed, powered, and owned by our agents and partners, transforming the real estate experience. Our family of agents build their own businesses while having equity opportunities in eXp World Holdings. As technology has transformed entertainment, hospitality, transportation, and retail, it's now transforming the real estate industry. There's been little to no innovation with the old-fashioned real estate models. Franchise brokerages all start with the company at the top, which feeds down to regions, followed by offices or market centers, followed by a local manager or team leader. The focus was on the brokerage and their brand, not on the agent and their business. The evolution of real estate brokerages has always been driven by how agents get paid. This can be clearly seen with eXp's growth compared to old-fashioned models. At eXp Realty, we've eliminated old-fashioned bloat by removing franchises, territories, brick and mortar, and redundant layers of management. By doing this, we've created opportunity to give equity back to the agents and have made the agent the focal point of their business. We do this by having multiple income opportunities within our model and leveraging our fully immersive cloud office environment where agents enjoy 24/7 access to state-of-the-art collaborative tools, coaching, support, and socialization. eXp Realty continues to experience consistent record-breaking year-over-year growth with a mission to reach 1 million agents globally. It all began in the United States and Canada, with eXp Realty perfecting the model over the first 10 years, laying the foundation for our global expansion. Our international footprint now expands over 6 of the 7 continents. Our core values define our culture and ensure decisions are always aligned. Being agile allows us to make adjustments at any time for our agents and their clients. eXp is at the forefront of technology. Every agent gets their own lead generation CRM system called TV Core. For a non-eXp agent, it could cost over $5,000 a year. This industry-leading system provides you with a behavioral-driven, personalized IDX website, CRM, email, and text campaigns. You'll always be notified of your contact's behavior, helping you convert and close more transactions. SkySlope allows agents to manage their business totally paperless. This all-in-one transaction management system helps you effortlessly stay organized with your transactions. All of your important data is contained on one detailed checklist, so you have everything in one place. One of our top priorities is building our own technology. Our back office business intelligence gives agents both autonomy and great visibility into their business. Within your dashboard, you'll be able to monitor your performance metrics, commissions, revenue share, equity awards, transactions, and more. Whether you need a quick postcard or a full presentation, the eXp Marketing Center has it all. You can edit marketing collateral within minutes by choosing from over 5,000 marketing pieces. In fact, when a new listing is added to your MLS, you'll get an email with marketing items created automatically for your listing. Welcome to eXp World, our three-dimensional virtual cloud-based office environment. Meet, learn, and collaborate with agents and staff from anywhere with an internet connection. Join a meeting or training within a community via your phone, tablet, or computer. In eXp World, agents get real-time live support from our over 1,000 full-time staff members. Access over 80 hours of live training weekly in eXp World. Our training focuses on industry best practices, how to grow profitable real estate business, professional development, and much more. These sessions are taught not only by our highly experienced training department professionals, but also by our top producing agents and teams from around the world. eXp Realty agents also have access to Workplace by Facebook, which is a dedicated and secure working space to connect, communicate, and collaborate with other agents and eXp staff. You'll be able to use familiar Facebook features like newsfeed, groups, messages, and events to get things done quickly and efficiently. We understand that some agents enjoy the office setting from time to time, which is why every agent at eXp gets a global membership to Regus shared offices and their new brand spaces. Regus offers 3,000 office locations in over 900 cities in 120 countries. Every agent at eXp has the opportunity to become a shareholder in eXp World Holdings. Earn equity awards for closing your first transaction each year, capping each year. And every time an agent you attracted joins eXp and does their first transaction, our agent equity program helps agents prepare for retirement. You can elect to take 5% of your gross commission per transaction and buy the company's stock at a 10% discount. Our ticker symbol is EXPI. Note that some stock awards are subject to vesting. eXp's Icon Agent program is unmatched within the industry. Our founder, Glenn Sanford, strongly believes that top producing agents should be rewarded for their contribution. There are two ways to qualify for Icon status: $5,000 paid in post-cap transaction fees, or $500,000 annual GCI with a minimum of 10 pros transactions. When you achieve Icon status, you receive 100% of your cap that you paid to eXp back in the form of company stock, essentially putting you at a 100% commission split. One of the most exciting aspects of our compensation plan is our revenue sharing model, which allows you to build a monthly leveraged income by attracting productive agents to the company. Here's a breakdown of how the revenue sharing model works. Tier 1 contains the agents that you personally attracted to the brokerage. For each transaction on this tier, you'll get 3.5% of their total commission. This amount is taken out of eXp's 20%, not out of the agent's 80% commission. Once the agent has hit their annual cap, they start receiving 100% of their commissions. You therefore no longer receive income from their deals for the remainder of the year, which is why the max you can earn on this tier per agent is $2,800. You can earn on all 7 tiers, but it's contingent upon how many agents you've personally attracted to the brokerage and their level of production. For example, if you attract 5 producing agents, you earn exponential share in commissions on Tier 1 and Tier 2, which are agents that your Tier 1 agents attracted. If you attracted 10 producing agents, you earn exponential share in commissions on Tier 1, Tier 2.
Just want to stop that for 1 second, because if you notice, you earn more money on the second level than the first. The reason for that is because, let's say I attract you to eXp and you go, great, I've got 5 people I want to bring. I'm now incentivized to help you do that versus trying to steal your people. So it actually behooves me to teach you how to do this and help you do this and encourage you to do it. assuming you want to. So the whole point here is it's baked into the DNA to be collaborative.
That makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And also on tier 3, which are agents that your tier 2 agents attracted. On tiers 4 through 7, you'll still receive a reduced sharing commissions, which is called our expansion sharing. So let's go through a quick example of how you can create a monthly leveraged income through the revenue share program. Here's you. You personally attract 5 capping agents. Then each of those 5 agents attract 5 capping agents of their own, giving you 5 agents of tier 1 and 25 agents on tier 2. For the 5 capping agents on tier 1, you earn up to $2,800 each. And for the 25 capping agents on tier 2, you earn up to $3,200 each, giving you an annual leveraged income of up to $94,000. But note that these figures are based on each one of these agents capping, which is approximately selling $2.7 million of real estate per year with an average commission of 3%. You can speak to an eXp agent or staff member for further explanation.
The short version is by me doing this is covering my mortgage. So if anything ever happens, we don't have to worry about the house payments. It's very liberating.
Express offers a revolutionary new home selling option for homeowners who want to skip the hassle and uncertainty of a traditional home sale. The platform connects sellers with institutional buyers who can pay cash and close quickly. Unlike other iBuyer platforms, Express Offers allows agents to receive real estate commissions. At eXp, you'll never pay a desk fee, royalty fee, or franchise fee. Every agent is treated equally and is on an 80-20 split, which caps each year at $16,000. You then receive 100% commission for the remainder of your year. Here's the amazing part. It's only $149 to join eXp, and that includes your first month's $85 brokerage fee. On each transaction, there's a $25 broker review fee and a $40 risk management fee. The risk management fee caps at $500 each year.
That is the only change since I've started at eXp 8 years ago. E&O just went up to $65, capping at $750 for the year, which post-NAR, everyone's was going up. So all in all, still very amazing that hasn't changed in all that time I've been here.
Yeah.
Also excited to announce that we've added a low-cost healthcare alternative. Our agents get a one-on-one virtual consultation to ensure they've selected the right plan. eXp Realty continues to set industry records, becoming the #1 independent brokerage in the U.S. for closed transactions. For more information, reach out to the agent who.
I'm going to stop the share now. A lot
That's
packed
a lot of information.
Yeah, there's a lot packed in there. I personally use the healthcare. When I was on the state portal, my healthcare was roughly the same as my mortgage payment. And it's now a couple $100 a month. It literally slashed it by 10x. And it's good health coverage. I've unfortunately needed to use it a couple of times, and I've been very happy with it. For me, the plan I selected, I typically will go onto their app or text them, hey, I've got a doctor's appointment or a need. And with the need, I usually get a teledoc calling me back within minutes or maybe a half hour at most, going, okay, what's going on? How would you like to handle this given these are your options based on what you've told me? Or it's, I need more information. Our team will schedule either X-ray or MRI or whatever it is they think you need. Look at it, and it basically saves me from trying to get the appointment with the actual doctor that's 2 weeks out, 2 months out, depending on some of them. So I've had appointments like, so what brings you in? I'm like, I don't remember anymore. I just didn't want to cancel the appointment in case it came back. They're like,
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a big thing for all of us self-employed agents is
dude,
the insurance. So that's
it's
great.
huge. Yeah.
Absolutely. So Jason, I love the video. I feel like I got overwhelmed looking at all these numbers and sharing and who you're bringing in. I'm going, oh my gosh, my face.
A complex idea. It's a complex topic. Very difficult to pick up the first time watching it through. As an engineer, the first thing I did was, hold on, let me build something and see if I can model how this is and can I break it? And I wasn't able to break it.
Interesting.
Other people just look at it and go, wow, this is cool. Because that revenue share, if you choose to participate in it, and not many agents do, it's about 12% of the company. So a very small fraction of agents actually do it. That can be a retirement plan. That could pay for your kids' college. That could pay for your vacation home or that amazing trip that you wanted to take. And it's okay, we can do that once a year now versus once in a lifetime. So it literally can change people's lives. There's a scary statistic I saw that most real estate agents, if they got an extra $500 a month, would make it past their first 2 years. And 8 out of 10 agents don't make it in the first year or second year. And I think it's 9 out of 10 don't make it in the third. So just that couple extra $100 that from bringing your friend over can make a huge difference. So yeah, that's super, super powerful. And
Absolutely. I
go ahead.
personally have
Yeah.
seen agents wash in this business. And that's the biggest reason that I opened my coaching business. Lots of people wanted to be on my team. I've just decided that a team model doesn't really work for me. And so I've really tried to model more of a coaching role for other agents. And the agents that I have coached, I'm so excited. One of my brand new agents, she literally just started. I've been coaching her dedicated every single week for 6 months now. And she has 2 listings. She just closed her first buyer and she has another buyer. And she's
Amazing.
just getting ready to kill it. I'm very excited for her and for growth. And I'll tell you, when I met her, she was like, I can't do this. This business is too hard. And I just told her, I said, it's because nobody's teaching you how to do this. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I see in this business is agents are leaving because they're not being shown how to do it. And that was one of the things that really impressed me about eXp and how they model everything for agents.
If you want to be successful, if you're willing to do the work that needs to be done, you will be successful here
Yep.
because you can't use the excuse, I don't know how, because people will literally show you step by step what to do. If you don't like lead generation, you don't like picking up the phone and calling people, there is a guy who literally built $1 million business. His take home pay is $1 million a year by doing videos.
Wow.
And he shows you exactly how to do it step by step. And what do agents do? Oh, that doesn't sound like me. That's what I hear with every script that I coach. And do me a favor, just read the script straight through until it becomes part of you. Then you can change words slightly. But there's a reason why it's successful. And if you follow his program, it will work. And if you can't do video editing, you could use his company. He literally gives you the contact information on how to do it. So again, it's that level I've never seen before. And it's really special because time after time, you'll see people getting up on stage, be it in Cabo or this year, Miami, of success stories. And like how I shared, my first sale was awful. I keep the clients in my phone for no other reason than if I see that number flash up, I know not to answer it. But no, seriously, it's the type of thing that's like, how do you learn to become good? Because you don't learn that in real estate school. They teach you rules. It's okay. What section is it? Is this 7.1? No, it's 1.3. You failed. Wait, let's back up. What's the concepts here? What are we trying to do so we don't get into trouble? Because as an industry, we got into trouble, which is why we had this whole post-NAR thing that we have to deal with right now. So that's going to have a lot of unexpected consequences coming out, some of which I don't think are going to help the consumer per se, which is exact opposite of what the lawyers and the DOJ want to have happen. So it's okay, guys, let's not be silly here. I know what the ruling is. I know what they've said we're allowed to do, but what do they really want us to do? And let's do that so we don't get sued again. That's the short version. And everyone's sharing on how they're doing it and what's working and what's not. And I can tell you, having practiced in New Jersey, their laws are very different than Colorado, even though the actual real estate transaction is very similar. But in Colorado, by law, we don't have to get the buyer agency agreement signed before showing a home. Other areas, they're forced to. It gets very interesting very quick on how different people handle it. Colorado's, yeah, if you actually did what you were supposed to do, it's not really that different. Other
Okay.
areas, oh my God, it's completely upside down. When you get outside of the
Interesting.
curves, it's fun.
And it's been interesting. I unfortunately, sadly, I think there are a lot of agents that are going to be leaving their business. And
But
I personally know one that produces as much as I do. And all because she can't buy leads now. She's leaving the industry. And I am shocked that agents don't want to do the hard work. And I guess it's just going to mean more market share for the rest of us.
it does. It also ups our level of professionalism, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I gave you 5 questions and you've covered almost all of them just in talking today. So I guess the only other question that I have would be like, what opportunities does EXP offer other than the sharing, like the market sharing and collecting other agents to come work there? What opportunities does EXP offer, say, a more experienced agent who is exploring where they want to go in their career? What is offered by EXP for an agent to do that?
So we are definitely agent centric. There's over 3,000 support staff. So the short answer is if you're looking to basically sunset your business or partner with someone else who will take over your business and send you referral fees based on it or some other arrangement, there's lots of opportunities where you can actually work at EXP. The obvious one is we have in Colorado right now 3 brokers, 1 broker of record. So you could apply to be a broker and potentially even become broker of record of a state. But that's only one section. If you're more interested in international, there you could work on the whole growth side on the international or on the domestic side. One of our Colorado brokers raised his hand and went, yeah, I like helping people here, but I also want to help other brokers grow. Because if you look just to the north, like Wyoming or Montana, it's a lot of land with not a lot of people. So there's one broker who's in charge of helping every person, making sure they're compliant, checking all the contracts. Oh, and by the way, they also have to grow. So this sounds exactly like what all the typical brokers need to do that have a local office or have purchased a franchise. And it's overwhelming. So after they start getting their first couple of agents, they then grow and hire those positions out. So what this guy got to do is he's raised his hand and went, I'll help these people grow. So he's got Colorado, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, some populous states, but also some fairly less dense states. And he's helping them grow. And initially we had 2 people. Those 2 people got 3 people to help them. So there were 5 people. Now I think there's at last count over 20 that are doing that type of work. So it's okay, as we're growing and becoming successful, how do we duplicate that and help other people do it? If you want to teach, there's teaching positions. You could even work for the education section on how do we get the information to the agents versus just teaching what your special skill is. So there's lots and lots of different things you could do depending on what your skill set is and what you love to do. But you don't like
Awesome.
managing people, obviously just be the broker because that's
And like it, I tell people all the time, like people all often have asked me, like, when are you going to become a broker? And I was like, I really don't think that's in the cards for me. I manage and broker my own family. I feel like that's enough for me.
it's fun because what I like to do is again, it goes back to the conversation. So tell me, what do you like about your brokerage? And they answer. And it's okay. And if I could give you a magic wand right now, what would you change in your brokerage? And they tell me it's okay. And what would you change in your business? And they tell me it's okay. Like, who's going to help you do that? And like, what do you mean? I go, who's helping you make those changes and get what you're looking for? And they're like, oh, because a lot of times you need a who, not a how,
Yes.
because that's honestly one of the biggest things that I've seen here. And one of the biggest things I can offer people is I know the who's, because I don't know how to do it. I proved that yesterday just with Canva, where I called up someone on my team. I'm like, okay, I've been coaching you. Your turn to coach me now. She's like, all right, what do you need? I'm like, how do I replace my picture in Canva without my face blowing up? So I'll use my nose.
Oh,
And she showed me how to do it. I'm like, that's it. She's like, yeah, that's it. Sometimes it does things a little tricky. I'm like, oh,
that's
okay.
awesome.
Then I role play with her twice a week. And she's gotten, in the course of 2, 3 weeks now, really good at it. And watching her business start to get better, I'm like, all right, cool. This is working.
Yeah.
Because we've had a large team. When I joined Trisha's team, getting out of engineering, which sounds weird, but if you realize I was in technical sales and project management, it's not a huge leap. But with her, she had 8 people on her team when I joined. And our last year in New Jersey in production, before we sold that business and moved to Colorado, which was 6 years ago, we were doing 40 million with just me and her and a part-time VA. So we literally doubled our business with having no one working with us. And what we found was trying to manage these people just absolutely drained us. And by the time we were done with it, we had nothing left to do the work we needed to do.
Yeah.
So for us, people like, oh, build a team. We're like, gather people who want to work together. That's what our team looks like. We don't take a split. We don't generate leads for you. You don't have to use our systems. Do what you want. We support each other and help build each other up. And
Yeah.
that's why everyone who's joined has done better.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I've shared before on my YouTubes and on my podcasts and stuff that it became very much when I built a team, I became very frustrated by agents that I would pour hours into and coaching and telling what to do, but then they weren't doing what you were coaching them to. And then they weren't producing, and then they felt like you weren't feeding them leads. And I'm like, why would I feed you leads when you're not even doing the hard work of real estate anyways? And then it just became this like circular pattern that at that point I decided this really doesn't feel, it didn't align with who I was and what I wanted. And so I had to make some decisions and changes that it's been very good, I feel like. I super appreciate everything you've shared with us today. And I just appreciate you taking about an hour to come in and share with us. I've definitely been intrigued and interested in EXP for quite a few years, just have never made kind of the jump myself. But I do like the collaboration. I feel like the agents that I've come across with EXP have been very knowledgeable and and they've been great to work with. So I
Amazing.
super appreciate you taking the time to share all of this with us today. If somebody who's watching this YouTube video is interested in contacting you, how do they go about doing that?
I am actually going to share my screen real fast so people can see it. And this is the last slide of the class that I actually just taught. There it is. That's my personal cell phone number. If you call it, it rings me. If I'm not picking up, that means I'm either hiking or camping in the backcountry or skiing, and I'll get back to you in a few minutes or the next day. My email as well. And the Bitly actually just goes to people giving me reviews on my Google page. If you want the book, it's for sale on Amazon. I really don't make much money off of it. The whole point was to pour back and help support the class. If you have Amazon credits, the book's free. If you don't, it's basically covers the printing cost. And a couple of days later, it shows up on your doorstep and you can make all sorts of notes in it, fold things over, put stickies in, whatever. But
Very
there
cool.
you go.
Especially right now, master the art of working with buyers. That's fantastic.
Some useful stuff in there.
I feel like you and I could spend hours talking, Jason, truthfully. So I don't know if we could slate another time down the road for us to hop on here. Maybe we just do
Abs-
like how to work with buyers and share that with some agents because that seems to be still a hot topic, even though we're to October. We're 2 months into the new agreements that we have to be in and stuff. But
Yeah. I'll be
I
happy to give a quick overview. I teach a 3-hour CE class on this. In Colorado, you can get credits for it. It's not that expensive. It's the typical $10 per credit type of thing, so 30 bucks. But yeah, it goes really in depth on best practices on how to get the buyer agency agreement signed, some of the skills that you need to learn to be able to pull it off and do it effectively at a high level, because it's not just scripts. Because I could give you a script, and if you're not hearing what the other person is saying, the scripts won't work because it, you're not listening to what they're saying or even being able to hear it. And
yep.
that's a big part of what I'm go through on how do you do this and how do you work with people in general. So it translates across to both buyers and sellers.
Awesome. Awesome. I appreciate that. I'm gonna order that book. I'm a book junkie. I love to read.
Well,
We'll get
so actually, let me just drop the link for you in the chat. This way, if it comes through, you can actually post it.
Oh,
So,
fantastic.
right here. Okay, there's the Amazon link for it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today,
You're
Jason. I
welcome.
appreciate all your time. You have a great day.
Absolutely. You as well.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.